One of the greatest things about purchasing a Tesla is that you have access to full self-driving, parentheses, if you paid a lot of money, parentheses, maybe because it's in beta, parentheses, it's still not technically full self-driving because you have to interact with the steering wheel so frequently. Now, obviously, I say all of that as someone with a pretty strong opinion about this, and I'd like to share why. So, as someone who has had full access to full self driving through a Model 3, and also as someone who does not have full self driving in my 2016 Tesla Model S, I would like to showcase to you why it is absolutely not worth the money. For starters, I will link down below to a video of someone who is a fellow YouTuber and exclusively focuses on full self driving, filming entire sessions of full self driving, all of the interactions, all of the disengages that happens. And the video that I'll link down below is 24 minutes of driving in very normal circumstances through city streets and the frequency at which the car is robotic. And so that brings me to my first point, which is the car is very robotic on the full self driving. And so the example that I use that I personally experienced when I was driving is the car was taking me to a hotel. And at this hotel, it came to a 4-stop intersection with stop signs. And then you had to proceed forward and then turn right into the hotel. This was actually a very, very broad intersection. There was no major roadblocks or anything along those lines. And as I approached the stop sign, or more importantly, as the car approached the stop sign, it stutter stepped. So it came up close, stopped, then it inched forward, stopped, completely stopped, confirmed that there was no other cars, which there were not, but there was a car behind me. Then it proceeded to go forward at a relatively normal pace. Let's say it got up to 5-6 miles an hour, and then abruptly stopped, kind of a stutter step, at which point the car behind me almost ran into the back of the car. Then it proceeded forward and then slowed down extremely slow, probably to 3-4 miles an hour on what is otherwise a 25-mile-an-hour road, and was trying to figure out how to turn into this hotel, which again, this is not a complex situation. We were genuinely driving straight and turning right, and there were no roadblocks. And so I bring up that example to say, and you'll see this in the video, the 24-minute video that I link, the guy is going through a shopping center area, and you'll notice that the car will stutter stop or really just kind of be unsure of what to do in multiple instances, in which case I personally would have taken over the steering wheel because it's frustrating. I don't want to, first of all, you do kind of look like an idiot sometimes. I don't look like an idiot. But then secondly, it's just kind of annoying and it's easier to just handle it yourself. Like we as humans obviously know how to navigate the roads. And right now the software is just not there. I'll point out as well that it's incredible that they've made the progress that they've made. I can't even believe full self-driving is where it is today. What an incredible feat. And I can't wait. And I will purchase at some point full self-driving whenever I believe that it's at the meaningful state where I'm going to get the use out of it. Right now, in my opinion, it's at a state where enhanced autopilot is doing the exact same things. And so enhanced autopilot, when you hop onto the highway or whenever you're on a city street, can do all of the same things. It can do the lane changes. It can, start, it can speed up and slow down. Even the little trick, I'm not sure if you've seen this, but when you're on the highway and you're passing by a semi truck, the car will automatically move to the left-hand side, which is very much a normal human tendency of where when we're going past large semi trucks, we don't like to get too close to the semi trucks. And so for whatever reason, just kind of common human nature, we kind of veer to the left, still within our lane, but on the far left side of our lane. And Tesla enhanced autopilot will do those things. Full self-driving, on the other hand, will do those things as well. And of course, it will exit you off the highway and it will turn you onto streets and turn you, into the various places that you're trying to go. However, it is just it's paying essentially double for enhanced autopilot due to the number of times that you will have to interact or interrupt that particular process. Elon himself specifically says that it's another 6 months until they retrain hardware 4. So hardware 4 is the newest hardware that's on all of the brand new Teslas. They're not even collecting data from hardware 4 with the enhanced and upgrade cameras and processors and things like that. They're still not even tapping into that right now. They're actually using hardware 3, which is on some of the, I say older, but just a couple years old models, and that's actually where they're retraining things. as of very recently, they threw out all of the old architecture that they were using, and now they are exclusively training the Tesla Autopilot, excuse me, the Tesla full self-driving, to learn based on actual videos of good drivers. So if you haven't seen these videos, I'll try and remember to link that down below, but there's actually a discussion where Elon talks about how he is specifically taking real live footage of good drivers, showing it to the technology, and the technology is actually learning from there. So instead of going through the process of teaching what a normal process of a stop sign would be, which would be coming to a full stop, they ended up finding out that natural and good drivers really don't ever come to a full stop at a stop sign. Instead, they come to like a 1 or 2 mile an hour stop, and then they'll continue on with kind of like a quick boop, and then moving forward. And so that is one of the enhancements that has happened, but it still just isn't where it's worth the money, in my opinion. So if you disagree with that, if you have another kind of perspective, please share that down below. As someone that uses enhanced autopilot on a daily basis, I am consistently using this probably, I would say 50 or 60% of the time that I'm driving. And for me, it's perfect because in shopping centers and things like that, where I'm going to be maneuvering around tight spots, I'd rather just handle that instead of just, waiting for the car to handle it. Also, it's not like at this point you can check out and end up fully engulfed in something else, right? You still have to pay attention to the road. We still have to be aware. So it's really not that big of a difference, in my opinion. So I hope that helped your purchasing decision as someone who's experienced both of those things. If you haven't checked out my video on some tips of buying a Tesla, I encourage you to rent a Tesla, rent a couple Teslas before you make a purchasing decision. And if you enjoyed the video, hit like, consider subscribing as well. I have a bunch of other Tesla videos, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Thanks.